Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another video. I hope you guys are feeling good. I am glad to be back with another video, and in today's video, yes, the Manchester Derby was today. We had the West London Derby for Chelsea, but most importantly, we had weekend football. It was nothing but entertaining. I'm sure you catched it. If you didn't, don't worry, I got you. This will be my review for the Chelsea match against Brentford. Yes, Brentford is a tough opponent, but guess what? Enzo Maresca was on top of the case, was on top of the matter. We were able to go home with a win, not a clean sheet though, but we'll take the win. I mean, I expected a win from Chelsea, but some games really stunned me in how they turned out. I'll dive into it, into my match week 16 results, but overall it was a good weekend. I would say I enjoyed it. Now in terms of the game, some surprising results. Some teams I didn't think would actually perform the way they did, but they actually did perform well. So if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. Now let's jump right into it. In terms of the West London Derby, Chelsea against Brighton, we were able to secure a win, and yes, we are 2 points off of Liverpool, but let us not forget Liverpool still have a game in hand, so we have to, as Maresca put it, we're not in the title race, but it feels good to have a win. And this game overall, we could have scored more goals, we could have been more clinical, but perhaps luck was not on our side, and we were just not able to finish well in the final third. I will not be looking at the negatives, but we were able to secure ourselves the 3 points, and that is all that matters if you ask me. And as I mentioned, the match week 16 was incredible. So let's jump right into it. My review first of all. Now in terms of the starting 11, I have to mention this news came in before the game that Badiashile will be out, and it has not been reported for how long. Of course, I'll be diving into it a little. But in terms of the rest of the players, I got them on point. We had Sanchez in goal. In terms of the back four, we had Cucurella, Colwill, Tosin stepping in for Badiashile, and we had Malo Gusto. Then in terms of the midfield, we had Enzo and Caicedo. Then for the forwards, we had Sancho, Cole Palmer, Noni Madueke, and of course Nicholas Jackson. So in terms of the first half, now there was a lot of action. I would say in terms of the attempted shots, we were trying, but we were just not able to nick in goals. I would say that in terms of the final third, this was where we were struggling a bit. But overall, I would say it was a fair play. It was a fair play game. We were able to nick in a goal at the 43rd minute by Marco Cucurella, and the assist by Noni Madueke. I mean, that assist was sweet, if you ask me. Yes, the finishing was very sweet. Of course, the celebration was even funny, the penguin celebration. But the pass from Noni Madueke was incredible. Mwah. Chef's kiss. I don't know what more to say about it. So in terms of the first half, we did have our fair share of chances. The final third, we were not able to nick in goals. We're not clinical, but we were able to get our first goal before halftime, and this was very important in terms of coming in the second half, boosting our confidence. In terms of the second half, I would say this was where Brentford were really trying, and it was just a matter of time before they gave us an equalizer. Now my worry was, if they gave us an equalizer and we still had one goal, perhaps it would be a tough game, and would probably have a Manchester Derby situation where, you know, 2 goals in 115 seconds. I mean, I was really worried, but then again, with the fair chances from both teams, we were able to nick in a goal at the 80th minute, an assist from Enzo Fernandez, and a goal from Nicholas Jackson. This goal for Nicholas Jackson makes it 9 goals in 15 games, and the assist for Enzo Fernandez makes 7 assists and 3 goals in the last 7 games. I mean, the players are doing incredibly. The players are doing well. We have individual talent, but we also have to rely on the rest of the squad. Overall, it was a good game, but before the game was over, before you could even say next, or before you can count to 10, we had Cucurella, who was booked at the 98th minute. We had Cucurella being booked. Now he was booked for, I think, giving a slap. I would say it was a pat on the back, if you ask me. And I think the referee just I think he overreacted, if you ask me. That was not a dignified red card. What do you think about the red card, guys? Please let me know in the comment section down below. But overall, this was a good game. So that is in terms of the review. Now, in terms of my score prediction, I had predicted a Chelsea win, and that was the case. In terms of Nico's celebration, I hope he's not injured. He looked like he was limping a little bit. I mean, they jumped on top of him, and it was a funny celebration. But we have our 3 points. We are, in terms of match week 16, these are the results. Now, if you missed my prediction, please make sure you check it out on my social media platforms. A 10-man Liverpool went head to head against Fulham, and they were able to come out with a draw. I mean, I would have expected Fulham to take advantage of the game, but then again, a draw is a suitable result if you ask me. Fulham are mid-table, so this was a great challenge for Liverpool. As I mentioned, 10 men down, they were still able to get a draw. It was a 2-2 draw, and it was a very good game if you ask me. In terms of Newcastle versus Leicester, I predicted the Newcastle win or a draw. It went Newcastle's way with a 4-0 win. In terms of Wolves versus Ipswich, I predicted a draw or a win for Ipswich, and the game went to Ipswich with a 2-1 win. Finally, for the Saturday games, I predicted a win for Nottingham Forest against Aston Villa, and this was the case. Nottingham Forest won with a 2-1 win. In terms of Brighton versus Crystal Palace, I was expecting Brighton to actually step up to the task and win this game. And Brighton were ranked 7th and Crystal Palace 17th in the Premier League table before the game. But in terms of this game, now I would say Crystal Palace stepped up with Trevor Chalobah. Shout out to Trevor. I mean, he's doing well in Crystal Palace. I mean, you know, he's doing okay for himself. He left Chelsea, and it's good for him. I'm happy for him. So Crystal Palace had a 3-1 win against Brighton with a goal from Trevor Chalobah and a goal from Ismail Sarr. Had 2 goals. And in terms of the next game now, the Manchester Derby, this was where I was surprised by the results. I was not expecting Man United to actually win this game at Etihad Stadium. Guys, what is happening this season? I was very surprised. Now, in terms of the 2 goals, of course, it was a span of minutes for the goal. It was a penalty taken by Bruno Fernandes, and the goal and the second goal by Ahmad. And in terms of Manchester City, of course, their goal came from a corner kick from Kevin De Bruyne, and the goal was by Gvardiol. But yeah, this game was one for the books. I did not expect Man United to win. I predicted a City win, but it went to Manchester United. Shout out to Manchester United, but you guys are still 13th in the Premier League table. So what's up? And finally, we have Southampton versus Spurs. Now, this one, I wish I was able to catch it, but it was running consecutively with the Chelsea game. Now, Spurs beat Southampton with a 5-0 win. I mean, I know Southampton are currently at the bottom of the table, but in terms of Spurs, come on guys, you guys were just brutal. 5 goals, and were all scored within the first half of the game. And this had the Southampton coach walking away from the game before halftime. I mean, it was nothing but drama, chaos, and all you can eat football. I am glad I was able to watch the game, and all in all, it was a good weekend. Anyway guys, that was my content. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Match week 16, what a weekend it has been. Bye guys.